Hello friends, and welcome to a new vlog. This is currently March 27th and it is Sunday night. So I actually started to do a lot of my prep work yesterday, which was Saturday the 26th, but I only kind of filmed my introduction and then got very sidetracked, so I didn't get to actually sit down and chat because I had so many things going on. But I wanted to start this off by filling you guys in, and I am hoping that this vlog is going to lead into my query submission. I would like to end this vlog by submitting the queries that I am going to send for my first round, because I am pretty damn near close to being ready. So I have a couple goals for this vlog. First and foremost, as I already mentioned in my last vlog, I got my critique package back for my first 10 pages, which I also got a little bit of a bonus critique back on my query letter. So I'm very excited about all of that. I took some of their changes to heart and I added a lot of line edits. I also had one comment about moving some kind of information back a little bit because they thought it might have slowed down the beginning, especially my first page, too much. And I totally agreed, and it actually worked out really good, because another comment that the one critique person made was that they thought that the tension in my query letter, essentially the first paragraph, could be added in. And it was actually really easy just to combine that feedback and move a paragraph of kind of information down farther and then put that into a little bit of the tension around the mother not wanting my main character to go to a specific city, because that is eventually where she's going to end up in the novel. But the tension of why doesn't she want me to go there, I think I didn't have that in the beginning, so that's good now. So I got that critique back. I also updated my synopsis again. I went over it 2 more times. Of course, my fairness is going to kick in because I think my husband's taking a shower. So I'm sorry for the background noise. We're just going to deal with it. So I've read some interesting feedback on synopses. A lot of people just say it should be straightforward, you shouldn't flower it up too much, you want to let your writing show, but you're really just stating what your book is, cut and dry. It should be only 1 to 2 pages, and it's just pretty much an info dump. And then I've seen a couple other people say that you should have your writing very polished or whatever. So I don't know. I pretty much have it as a cut and dry with some flourishes. But I did decide to go ahead and I submitted and bought a critique. So I ended up finding a lady on Fiverr. I don't know much about her, and I can't find any socials, so I'm not sure if the name provided is just a kind of cover name or a pen name or something like that, but she did say that she is currently an agent author and she is on submission, so she does have some experience, at least with query letters, because she got an agent. Overall, she has really good feedback, so I did kind of compare and contrast. I think her prices are very competitive because she was one of the lowest ones that I found, and seems to have a very good rapport with the people that she's worked with. It's definitely not dirt cheap. I did pay $20, but I think $20 is pretty good for the work that I'm going to do. And she also is going to look over my query letter 1 more time. So I think the query letter is the one that I'm more concerned about, to be honest. But I don't want someone to look at my synopsis and be like, oh God, she can't tell her book at all. So that's why I want to just get some eyes on it of someone who has not read my book to be able to tell me I understand where you're going for or whatever. But it's hard. Yeah, it's definitely hard to do them, I think, especially when I've been so hyper focused on it. So I went ahead and I bought that and I submitted that today. So as of today, I mean, for my part, other than the feedback I'm gonna get, the query letter and the synopsis are done. I could have chose to submit things if I wanted to, but I didn't. My first 10 pages are also done and ready to go. So really the thing that I am going to be doing this week is the two other things. And that is double checking all of the agents I did research on to see if they're still currently open. And then I'm going to see which ones are email submission and which ones are query form submissions, because the ones that are emails, I'm probably going to start my draft of those to make sure that I have all the information correct again, and that way I can just like click it off one by one. But I do want to personalize all my queries, so I want to make sure that, again, everything's kind of in order. The second thing that I'm going to do is I still have some tweaks that I want to make to the first couple of chapters as a whole. So I think it's chapter 1, 2, and 4 that I need to tweak just a little bit. And it's not going to be like huge developmental edits by any means, just a little bit of cleaning up in some areas and fitting them into what I kind of found I need to change through my query letter. So that is going to take up a little bit of time, but I'm also not going to be crazy as far as trying to make sure I do like all of this in like 2 hours. I have the full week. The main thing is, like, even once I submit my query, as long as I get it done by like a couple days after that, like that's kind of my goal. So this is where we are with my query journey, and it kind of seems crazy, but I'm so excited because on April 1st is my goal, because it's Camp Nano. So I'm hoping that I can submit all my queries by April 1st. And then April 7th is a pitch contest. And I already have my mood boards for that pitch contest. And I'm hoping that that goes well. I don't know when this vlog is going to go up, because it could be well after that fact. But I just wanted to kind of fill you guys in with where I'm at currently. So I don't know when I'm going to update again, but I will keep you guys in the loop, and we're getting here. We're gonna do it. In this vlog, we are gonna submit my query packages to all the agents I want to submit to. Here we go, guys. So hi, I'm Bree Buonomo. I have been on Autumn's channel since its conception, so I think everyone should probably know me by now, but I do the YouTube thing with writing and books and some life stuff. So I'm very stressed tonight because I am going to be querying during this stream. So that's pretty much. So that's not technically my nano goal, but it's my prereq to do my nano goal. So my goal was I need to query before I dive into my other project. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I prepped all my stuff last night. So I'm just going to read through it and double check all the agents on my list tonight to make sure they're still open. And then we're sending it. Hi friends, it is I, and I am essentially in a writing robe today because that's pretty much all I've been doing. I don't even want to say writing, I mean I've been querying all day. So it is actually Saturday, April 2nd, and I wanted to check in a little bit more in depth yesterday on the 1st, but we didn't stop streaming until a little after 10 p.m. and then I talked to the girls for a little while. And I'll leave them all linked down below in case you don't know who any of them are. I ended up streaming with a wonderful group of ladies last night, hosted by Autumn Ashley, and I was joined with Diane Marie, Sarah Sutton, Sarah Lou Bratt, Kayla Kempers, and we had a lot of fun and productivity, and I sent my first official query last night. Now, technically, I know in a past vlog I mentioned that I kind of like jumped the gun and queried before, but that got rejected immediately pretty much, and I knew it wasn't ready. If I didn't get any kind of response, I knew I could have made my stuff better. So here we are. I'm feeling definitely better about what I'm submitting this time, and I feel like I have been altering my first couple pages to be way more enticing than it was, to be able to amp the stakes up. I think the way I wrote it previously, which was good, but it didn't give that sense of urgency that it needed in the beginning of the novel to kind of kick off the entire book. So I feel like super, super confident about what I wrote. And whether or not that gets me an agent, I mean, we're going to see, because there could be many reasons why I don't get one. Could just be timing, could be the subject, it could be just the book itself might not be the book that's going to get me one. But I did it. And as of today, on the 2nd, I have 13 queries sent. I am going to send 2 more for a total of 15 in my first round of queries. And the reason that I am doing that is because I figured I don't want to put all my eggs into one basket and query a ton of agents all in a row. I want to see if I get any kind of bites, either just kind of interest or partial requests or anything like that. And if I start getting form rejections, then that's probably going to tell me that I could still have something wrong with my query or my pages. So it's definitely going to be a trial and error from here on out, but I did it. So I pretty much have just been, the last several hours, just kind of tightening up anything in my manuscript that I will be sending and making sure that I have, you know, no careless errors in there. And one of the agents to query actually requested the first 50 pages, and it has been a little bit since I reviewed all 50 pages or my first 4 chapters. So I'm just doing that, and that's kind of where I'm at. So once I do my 50 pages, I am going to submit the one last query for tonight, and then there's another agent that is supposed to open for queries tomorrow that was on my list. So I think I'm going to query them, because I've had several agents close their queries since I made my list, as I kind of figured. But I was excited when I saw that this one particular agent was opening soon, so I want to grab them before they also close again. There's another agent that also opened, but they closed to adult fantasy, which is what I'm querying, so I was kind of bummed that they weren't taking any of that, but it is what it is. They're still on my list for maybe the future, because maybe they will start accepting adult fantasy sometime, but that's where we're at. I've definitely been hyper fixated, but I think as soon as I send my last 2 queries, I will breathe a little bit and just wait. There's definitely 2 to 3 agents that may respond to me in some capacity within the next day to 3 days, because from what I was reading on Career Tracker, they have some pretty intense response rates. So I could get rejected in the next 24 hours, or maybe something else could happen. I don't know. So we'll see, but the journey begins. So I might come back tomorrow and just wrap everything up, but I did want to just kind of say in here, like, we did it. We did it. And as soon as I send my last 2 queries, I get to open my bottle of wine that I have been saving for over a year from my friend Rachel, who bought it for me, inspired by my novel, because it is from the company Prophecy, and she bought it because I am writing my prophecy project. So I told her I would drink it as soon as I send my first round of queries, and it's finally time. So I think we're gonna do that tomorrow. So I will check in. Hi guys, and welcome. It is the final day of this vlog, and it is Sunday, April 10th. We are here, and I am finally going to end this vlog on a positive note. But before we get to the positives, I do just want to say that since my last update, I submitted 14 out of the 15 queries. And this past week, I have gotten some rejections already. I found this bottle of whiskey on Instagram called Writer's Tears. And I was joking that I was going to take a shot with the whiskey every time I got a rejection. Then Tuesday the 5th came around, and I got not 1, not 2, but 3 rejections that day. They were the first rejections I got from the query list, And I decided that I didn't want to die on a Tuesday night, so I did not take any shots. I was like, we're gonna roll with it. So I did get 3 rejections on Tuesday, and then on Thursday, the 7th, I got another rejection. So far in the week that I've been queried, I have 4 rejections. Unfortunately, they were all form rejections, but I'm not super bent out of shape about them because the 4 individuals who rejected me, one is pretty notorious for rejections anyway. He typically responds extremely fast and almost never gives personal advice. From what I've researched, I use Query Tracker a lot, which I mentioned earlier in this vlog, and that's just a way to see like how fast or how responsive agents are. It's super helpful. I'll leave it linked down below if you guys are looking for resources. But I almost never see him show much interest in novels, so I didn't expect him to give much to me. And then the other 3 were all 3 agents that were lower on my list, and as far as like who I thought we would match, and I didn't think we would match much together, to be honest. I wanted to query them just as a shot because, you know, it's smart to kind of give a good pool because someone could show interest in it and then we could have like a really good meshing personality. So I don't want to count anyone out, but I just based on their wish list and what they represent, I wasn't sure if we would quite be a good fit. And like I said, they all gave me 4 rejections. So that's where we're at. The rest of them, maybe with the exception of 1 or 2, all tend to have a pretty long response time, anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks to 3 to 6 months. And at this point, I'm not going to worry about it. It is out of my hands. Now, I did mention that I only queried 14 out of 15. And that is because the one agent that I was going to query later in the weekend that I had sent my queries actually postponed it to the 15th of April, which is fine. It's not too bad, and it's not really a huge leap from what I was going to query for, but I decided that I was going to keep that as my 15th, and we'll kind of see. I played with the idea of maybe adding a few more agents because I do have a pretty extensive list. Like I picked more than 45 to start out with as my whole query lineup, and I was thinking about adding a few more. I'm hesitant at this time, and I'll kind of explain why. But before I explain why, I do want to just say that I could be potentially having a little bit lower of a number than other people would. And I did know on Twitter today that I saw someone said that they had gotten like 150 rejections and 3 full requests where 1 ultimately got them an agent. So meaning like out of like 153, like 150 just straight up said no. So I was kind of like empowered a little bit by that to say that like it just takes 1 person to like it, and there are tons and tons of more agents than I researched. There's more opportunities than I even think I know about, so I'm just gonna kind of play it by ear. But the reason I think I'm gonna cap it at 15 right now is because I have been looking into a mentorship program, and it actually opens very soon. It opens at the end of this month in April, and I'm toying with it because on the one hand, I do kind of want to let prophecy projects sit and give it some time. And if I enter a mentorship program, then that means that I will have to give a lot of attention to prophecy once more. And I'm not going to be working on anything else. Not to say I won't work on anything else, but I won't be giving as much attention to my other projects again. So I'm toying with the idea and trying to figure out what might be right for me. Hopefully the mentorship program is never going to go away. And this one in particular, it's called Rogue Mentors. And I will also leave that link down below. But they are considering if they can get enough traction and enough financial support that they might try to do it twice this year. So one currently in April, and the next hopefully to pick up the pitch wars, because as I've mentioned, pitch wars is no longer a thing. So there is a gap in that timeline. So there's nothing for sure yet that that's going to happen in the pitch war time slot, which is November. But I'm thinking it might be better to wait until then to kind of see how my queries go. Because there's nothing to say that I can't do both, but I'm just not sure if it should be right. I spent a lot of time the last couple months and really the last year like pouring a lot of effort into prophecy, and I'm wondering if I just need a break from it to get a new perspective when I come back, because I really have not given it much time to breathe in the last year. So that's where we're at. But to end this vlog, I do want to end on a positive note, and just to say that I did it. I know I said that many times in this vlog, but I did it. It's such a hard leap, and it's such a scary one to take. My anxiety did spike a little bit sending the queries, and I really wasn't aware of it until I started realizing how bad my jaw was hurting. So I kind of had to take a step back and do a little bit of self-reflection and say, okay, I might be more stressed than I was letting on. And now it's just time to kind of ride the wave. And I'm going to ride the wave into Project Mermaid, which was my Nano 2020 novel. And saying that out loud, I can't even believe I've taken so much time away from that. It doesn't even seem like it was 2020. It seems like it was last year, but I know that's not true because I was in school last year for Nano, and I didn't complete any novel in that month. I just wrote a little bit here and there. So yeah, it's definitely weird. But I decided I'm going to go back to Mermaid because the thought is already half started. There's 40,000 words into that project, and I think it's really promising. I already started rereading it, and it's strong in my opinion. So I'm just overall happy. And to end this vlog, like I said, on a most positive note, I'm gonna crack into my Prophecy Pinot Grigio wine that Rachel bought me last year to celebrate when I eventually queried Prophecy Project. But I love this because the artwork is stunning on Prophecy wines, and this one I feel like is such a nice bridge, and I didn't realize it until I was about to film this segment, that the imagery, like I said, the name of itself, the company is Prophecy Wines, and the imagery has water. So I feel like it's such a bridge to finish Prophecy and move into Mermaid, and it's like a kismet moment. Can we just take a second to love this wine, because this bottle is stunning. I'm obsessed. I'm definitely going to keep this. I kept my other one that I drank when I finished my second draft, which was a huge feat because I took so much time off of writing Prophecy to edit it, and I'm excited. So let's see what it's like. I'm not a huge Pinot fan just because it's a little bit drier. Okay, let's see. I mean, it smells kind of dry, but we're gonna try it. So I mean, it smells better when it's in the glass. So cheers to querying, and to anyone who is in any stage of the writing process, I'm going to cheers for you, because writing is not an easy thing to do. It's not an easy career to break into unless you have a lot of connections right off the gate, and it's not an easy career to continue and keep up with. So for those in it for the long haul, congratulations, my friends. We're here, we're doing it, we did it. Not bad, not bad at all. This is one that I don't think will give me a headache, which is nice. I'm gonna go enjoy this. So thank you guys for watching this vlog. Let me know down below how your week is going, how your last couple weeks have been, and how is your writing going? I hope that I will have a couple more writing updates and query updates coming up in the future. But for now, I don't know where I'm going to land with the query updates. I might just touch upon them here and there, but I do want to have some writing vlogs coming up, and I have a writing all-nighter with Autumn Ashley and Maddie Monahan, which I am going to vlog, and I'm going to be diving into Mermaid Project all night. So there's a lot of exciting things coming, and I have some sit-down videos and discussions I'm about to film as well. So stick around for all of those. And until next time, I will see you then.